Hello, fellow Magisters and Destroyers of Worlds. We have returned to Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls 4, in this fourth installment, including details on one of the most broken games Bethesda's ever come out. Looking at you, Fallout Las Vegas. We are proceeding on with each of the Mages Guild recommendation quests to gain full access to the Arcane University. A necessary task on our path to making our character so powerful, so vicious, and so diabolical that he will rend the entire country of Cyrodiil in twain, till all of Tamriel trembles.
So, there's a murder mystery that quest line at Leyawiin Castle, right?
One of the castles has, like, some funny business. I'm pleased to see that among all the environs and objects in other places, like in the castle areas or the chapel, that you will find little indications that there is a broader quest going on. And you do not even necessarily have to activate the quest in order to find these weird little things, like secret door switches and passages in Castle Skingrad, for example.
Your athletic skill has increased, Mr. Cloud. Haha.
Yeah, that's going to be happening every now and then. You got to play a lot of Oblivion to max out your athletic skill. Or you could do the good old rubber band technique. It's when you put a rubber band on your joystick and cause your character to move endlessly.
You seek wisdom from me, child? Words are without.
Oh, so the Leyawiin recommendation requires us to get her amulet of tongues, okay?
We have to take the crazy out of this lady. Because at the present moment, DeGale is unable to communicate out a recommendation, which is the game's way of making dramatic the quest that we need to fulfill for her in order to get her recommendation. Because they'll say, oh yeah, I could write your recommendation, but I'm just so dang hungry. I sure wish I had a sandwich. Hey, how about you get me a sandwich? If you do that, that recommendation is all yours.
So we're looking for a Seer's Stone?
The Seer's Stone is the name of the magical doohickey that will allow us to MacGuffin our way to the end of the Leyawiin recommendation quest. But first, we have to figure out what each of the guild members have to say about this Seer's Stone.
Except we're not actually bothering to talk with them, we're just going into the basement.
We're going into the basement because one of the guild members likes being by himself quite a bit.
Calthar. I didn't actually pick up what hint he gave us.
The import of our conversation with Calthar, as he had a surprisingly large amount of information to share about the Seer Stone, is that it advanced the quest.
Oh, so now we have to steal the Seer Stone from Calthar?
Find that Calthar may be suspect, but we must figure out where we can find a replacement MacGuffin. We have to travel to a location that has not yet been discovered. And it's way over there.
Oh. Do we need to take a horse for this? Because honestly, it's not that far away.
I mean, you never need to take a horse. However, horses, thankfully, are rather cheap. You only have to pay like 50 gold in order to buy a horse. No, we're just going to walk there.
Okay. Wouldn't it have made more sense to go out the other way then?
Maybe. I like having the world loaded. That's why I will typically go to the stable outside of the city instead of going to the city gate. Although the map marker will point me to the city gate, and that's probably what they intended me to do. This is my preference. Because as soon as you get to the city gate, then the game has to load the entire world outside of the city. Because right now the game can only load one thing or the other.
Really? We can one-shot Crabes with just a punch? Huh.
It's because we're still playing on minimal difficulty. You don't have to. You don't. I mean, especially for the Mages Guild recommendations, there's not a lot of combat. There are some combat-related quests. For example, we are on a combat-related quest right now, and not just because we're slapping around mud crabs. Fort Blue Blood is populated by marauders, and you have to overwhelm these marauders with your ferocity, or they may kill you on your path to collecting the Seer Stone.
So we're going to throw a bunch of fireballs at them, right?
We could. It would be of great help for us to start getting our destruction skill up, because that's another prerequisite for completing this run objective that we have here for the run of Oblivion with Rocket Rabbit Commentaries, is we must become a master of destruction at some point.
Now, if you kill deer with magic, they still actually drop, meat that you can use for cooking, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and for the record, you can't cook the venison by killing deer with a fireball spell.
Right.
I think there are games that let you do that, though. I'm gonna get that sweet fluffy white tail. Come here. Yeah. I'm gonna punch you.
There you go.
Got him. Whack. I am the predator, and you are the prey.
So what do we need to be collecting Nirnroot for?
Nirnroot is its own quest, and you can find a master of Nirnroot who will make very special potions, potency of which is derived from the amount of Nirnroot you give. Nirnroot is the only ingredient in the game that does not regenerate.
Oh.
Once you pick up Nirnroot, like we went to those green caps there, you hover the icon over the green cap, you either find nothing of use or you collect an ingredient, and those ingredients will respawn after a certain amount of time passes. Nirnroot, however, disappears completely when you pick it up from the environment, suggesting that there is a finite amount of it in the world.
Restoration increased.
Restoration also is a skill that will have to get a certain ways up in order to complete our design, as something that I learned unfortunately only after I started the playthrough and then had to go on the unofficial wiki for Oblivion, which has been a guide and a great resource for me for years now, even before I decided that the more ridiculous playthroughs are of greater interest to me than the legitimate playthroughs that they intended for you to do in Oblivion.
Light armor skill increased. Haha.
Your armor don't mean jack to me. You guys go down like butter, because my difficulty is way too low. Hey, could use a little more third person in this game, however.
I don't know. Since we're still actually using melee combat, first person is actually actually easier to resolve.
Just a little bit, yes. You could tell what's going on.
Weak potions of healing.
I guess that makes me the cat burglar.
Yes, Mr. Cloudy, it is a very nice torch.
It's also a very nice chair, very comfortable. So I understand the Shivering Isles is one of the few moments in the game where you actually have to sit down as a matter of quest importance.
Oh, we can't punch ghosts.
I can't remember if that's necessarily true. Or maybe... No, you can't... Well, the idea with ghosts and other incorporeal creatures like wraiths or liches is you cannot hit them with normal weapons. The weapons have to be either enchanted or they have to be silver or daedric. Daedric being the most powerful variety of weapons that you can get in this game, with some exceptions. I think actually if you use madness ore in the Shivering Isles in order to make weapons, then you can actually achieve weapons that are more powerful than Daedric. You know, give you a little incentive for actually picking up the Shivering Isles expansion is you can get really powerful stuff. You guys are just in the way. Honestly, you could just go straight to the finish line on this. You do not necessarily have to fight anybody except for like one person in this quest.
Weak potions of sorcery.
God, I miss just going through chests in this game. Yeah, let's do the stupid wait feature to regenerate all of our health.
Some of these doors are way too large.
All the better to conceal their contents. That guy got killed by imps. Stupid.
And if I recall, imps drop imp gall, which is a alchemical reagent.
You got lots of lockpicks. Be sure to use auto attempts. You'll not only improve your security skill even if you break lockpicks, but it's also way faster.
Kind of weird for us to be attempting and failing to loot catacombs. There we go. Manduin's amulet.
All right.
So
but
I take it
wait.
the gemstone in. Hey, Kalthar.
It was him.
We knew that Kalthar, stole it.
And he deserves to be naked for the rest of eternity.
More restoration. See? You were at full health and you used restoration and you used restoration magic and you got a skill up for it.
It still takes a shit-ass long time to get your
it does.
restoration up, though. Even if you cast restoration even while you have full health. It just means you don't have to do other stupid crap like jumping off a cliff over and over again to get your health down so you can fill it again.
Right.
Bye-bye, naked people. Honestly, the Leyawiin quest is like one of the more time-intensive quests in the game. That's why it takes up this entire episode just to finish it.
Okay, here. We have returned to you the Seer Stone.
Yep, and now she is no longer being overwhelmed by magical voices. Awesome, lady. You go, girl. I'll see you when I come back for your soul. And in the next episode, we still have some recommendations to round up.
Why are you trying to break the urn?
Because here at Rocket Rabbit Commentaries, my esteemed colleague, Mr. Gradette, our goal is not only to inform and share, but also to entertain. If not our viewers, then at least ourselves.
Alright, everyone. Be safe.
Yes. And remember that you can hotkey clothing items